Now let's see the next question. Four kingdom system was proposed by, so as I discussed in the beginning, Linnaeus, E. Haeckel, R. H. Whittaker, Copeland, these were the people who gave the different types of classification. Linnaeus gave two kingdom classification, Haeckel gave the three kingdom classification, Copeland gave the four kingdom classification, and Whittaker gave the five kingdom classification. So according to that, the right answer is D. Copeland. Next question, viroids have. Now the options are single-stranded RNA not enclosed by protein coat, single-stranded DNA not enclosed by protein coat, double-stranded DNA enclosed by protein coat, double-stranded RNA enclosed by protein coat. Now let us see some of the rare types of biological entities that we see. Now there are some organisms which do not show all the characteristic features which generally a living organisms exhibit. For example, there is a biological entity called prions. Prions are nothing but proteins, but the peculiarity of this protein is that they are infectious in nature. They are capable of causing diseases. So such group of infectious proteins are called prions. Another type of biological entity is RNA, where the RNA is infectious in nature. That infectious nature of RNA can be called as a viroid. Then obviously we are aware of viruses, which has got genetic material as well as a protein coat. So with this information, now let's see the four options. So in the four options, now we know that viroid is not having protein coating. So the options wherein protein coats are present are not applicable. Now in the remaining two options, it is mentioned about the RNA and DNA. So we are aware that it is a single stranded RNA which is present in the viroid, which is infectious in nature. So the right option is A, single stranded RNA not enclosed by protein coat. Students, let's see the next question. An antibiotic extracted from a bacteria. The four options are penicillin, bacitracin, streptomycin, cephalosporin. Students, let me first tell you what is actually an antibiotic. Microorganisms are seen to produce certain substances which suppress or kills the growth of other microorganisms. This basically happens when there is a competition between the organisms. So such kind of chemicals produced by microorganisms which suppress the growth of other organisms are called antibiotics. So now in the four options, if you see penicillin, then streptomycin and cephalosporin, these are very common kind of antibiotics, or you might have heard about it. Penicillin is nothing but an antibiotic which is obtained from a fungus, and the name of the fungus is Penicillium. Now the third option, streptomycin. Streptomycin is actually obtained from an organism called actinomycete. What is actually this actinomycete? Is actually a group of organism which is heterogeneous in nature. That is, they show characteristic features of both bacteria as well as fungus. So streptomycin is obtained from different species of Streptomyces. Cephalosporin. Cephalosporin is again an antibiotic which is obtained from fungus. The name of the fungus is Cephalosporin. The name of the fungus is Cephalosporium. So option A and D both are having source as fungus. Then C is a streptomycin and B is actually the right answer. How? Bacitracin, you can see that it is produced by a bacteria which belongs to the group Bacillus subtilis. So, this bacteria produces these antibiotics to suppress other strains of bacteria. So, the right answer is option B, bacitracin. Next question, students. Light sensitive structure of euglenoids is. You know that euglenoids are very minute organisms found floating in water. Now, if you see the four options, cilium, eye spot, flagellum and chloroplast, you can see that option A and C, that is cilium and flagellum, these are the structures which help in locomotion. That is, it helps the organism to move from one place to the other. Chloroplast, you people are aware that it is an organelle which consists of green pigments chlorophyll. Its role is in photosynthesis. Option B, eye spot, this is the right answer. It is a light sensitive area which perceives light, and based on the intensity, the organism can move to a brighter area or a lesser bright area. So, the right option is B, eye spot. Students, the next question. An example of symbiotic association. The options are Rhizobium and leguminous plant, mycorrhiza, Puccinia and wheat. The last option is A and B. Before picking the right answer, let us see what is actually symbiotic association. Symbiotic association is an association where two organisms involved both are mutually benefited. That is, none of them are harmed, both get benefits out of the association. Now, let us see the options. The first option is Rhizobium and leguminous plant. This is a very common example which we quote for symbiotic association. Rhizobium is actually a bacterium and it is found in the root nodules of leguminous plants. These bacteria, they fix nitrogen and provide it to the plant. The plant, once it prepares food, gives little bit of food to Rhizobium. So, both are mutually benefited. The second option, mycorrhiza. This is also an example for symbiotic association. Here the association is between the roots of higher plants and fungus. Here the fungus absorbs nutrients from the soil, to be specific phosphates, and provides it to the plants. Plants, once it produces food, the food is given to fungus also. So, here also you can see both are mutually benefited. The third option, Puccinia and wheat. Puccinia is actually a disease causing fungus and wheat forms its host. So, this particular fungus, it causes a disease called rust disease in wheat. So, here Puccinia is benefited, wheat is harmed. So, it is not a symbiotic association. So, according to the explanation given, you can pick D as the right answer, that is option A as well as B are right. So, D is the right option. The next question, students. Classification based on their evolution and genetic affinities. The options are artificial system, natural system, phylogenetic system and paleontological system. Now, let me first tell little bit about different systems of classification. Now, different taxonomists, they classified organisms taking into account different criteria. So, basically there are three types of classifications. The first one is artificial system, second one is natural system and the third one is phylogenetic system. So, the option D, paleontological system, let me tell something about that. Paleontology is actually a branch which deals with study of pollen grains. There is no system of classification which is exclusively based on study of pollen grains. So, we can rule out the option D. Now, let us concentrate on A, B and C. What is artificial system of classification? This is a type of classification where very few characteristic features are taken into account, or a few number of characters are taken into account. So, we can take some examples and learn about this. Aristotle, he classified the animals into two groups: animals which have RBC in their blood, animals which do not have RBC in their blood. So, you can see he is taking only one criterion for classifying the organisms. Pliny, for example, he also classified birds into flying birds and non-flying birds. So, this system is not that appropriate. The simple reason for this is, whenever organisms are grouped in this manner, it leads to formation of heterogeneous type of groups. For example, if we consider one criterion like the organisms which can fly, in this group we can put in organisms like a butterfly, which is an insect. We can put a bird which belongs to aves. We can also consider in this group bat, which can also fly, but we know that bat is actually a mammal. So, this group, though all can fly, actually it is a heterogeneous group consisting of different types of animals belonging to different types of or different phylums. So, it is not an appropriate kind of classification. The second one, that is natural system, this is more appropriate. The reason for this is, there are many features which are taken into account. For example, if some organisms are grouped as mammals, they should possess features like warm blooded, they should have hairs on the body, 4-chambered heart, mammary glands, diaphragm is present. So, since many features are taken, it may be morphological, it may be about the systems, for example, digestive system, reproductive system, physiology, different aspects are taken. So, the group which is formed will be more proper, or it will be based on the natural affinities. Now, the third one, which is phylogenetic system. Phylogeny, it is nothing but the evolutionary relationship, that is the relationship of organisms based on common ancestor. So, here this kind of system called phylogenetic system of classification, it takes into account the evolutionary relationship between the organisms. So, according to this classification based on their evolution and genetic affinity, the right answer is option C, phylogenetic system.